Wait, before you click sign up for your Etsy shop, I want you to know that there are a few things that you can do first to make the whole process much easier. And it's going to save you from that whole, wait, what? Etsy needs what? Moment that you might experience halfway through. When you don't know what the process looks like, it's so easy to get started, get stuck, and then have to scramble to find the things that you need. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the simple things that you're going to need before you even get started. Then you can watch my next tutorial video that'll walk you step by step through the entire process of getting your Etsy shop open. Oh, and at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you the one thing that you need to think about now that's going to be make or break for the success of your shop. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Shalise, and my channel is all about that ultimate quest of living your dream life. I help Etsy sellers and online entrepreneurs start, grow, and scale businesses that they love and do it without being overwhelmed or burnt out. I'm an Etsy seller myself, and I love helping new Etsy sellers turn their passion into profit. Here's the thing. The Etsy sign-up process can move pretty quickly, and it asks for specific business, banking, and verification details. If you have these things ready before you start, then you don't have to worry about trying to find the login information to your Gmail or hunting through a drawer looking for your ID, or even just trying to figure out what your bank information is. You also need to be ready to pay the one-time setup fee of $29. Now it's $29 at the time of me recording this video, but I want you to go and check on the Etsy website and make sure that is still the case. The takeaway here is just be ready to pay whatever fee is needed so you don't get to that point in the setup process and get tripped up. When I started my Etsy shops, there was not a setup fee, but you also had to deal with that pesky thing of Etsy just shutting down a shop right after it was created because they wanted you to reach out to them to see that you were a real person and not a spammer. So this setup fee is kind of a good thing. Etsy says that they use this setup fee to pay for seller support and security enhancements. Now keep in mind this one-time setup fee has nothing to do with the listing fees that Etsy is going to charge you, which is 20 cents per listing, but I can help you out with that. If you use my tutorial video or the link that I have in the description to sign up for Etsy, you'll get 40 free listings and I will get 40 free listings as well. It's a win-win for us both. So let's get started. First up, get your business bank account. This is very important. Keeping your business and your personal money separate is important when it comes to taxes, keeping your money organized, and it shows Etsy and other potential lenders that you are running a real business. If you want an option that works really well for e-commerce sellers, I recommend checking out Relay. Relay is an online business banking platform that lets you open up to 20 separate checking accounts, up to 50 virtual or physical debit cards. They allow you to send and receive money, all with no hidden fees and no minimum balances. Relay makes it easy for you to share account information with your bookkeeper or accountant. And you might be thinking, my Etsy shop is small. I don't have a bookkeeper or accountant, but your Etsy shop is going to be amazing. So these are people that you might need in the future. Relay is going to make working with them easy. And the separate checking accounts is going to help you separate your money for things like inventory, taxes, and even payroll. Remember, we're thinking big. I'll put my Relay partner link in the description so you can go check them out for yourself. Next, we're going to set up a separate Gmail account just for your Etsy business. And this is all about organization. Google has a suite of products that's going to help you stay organized in your business. Your Gmail is going to be the hub for everything Etsy related. You can use Google Drive to store product mockups, photos, or even graphics. This is going to keep everything organized and in one place. You can use Google Sheets if you want to keep track of inventory or pricing. I even have an Etsy pricing calculator that you can download. I'll leave it in the description. That is Google Sheets. So you can copy my pricing calculator into your Google Sheets and use that when you're coming up with the prices for your items. When you're coming up with the descriptions for your listings, you can store those in a Google Doc. You can also store your shop policies in a Google Doc. So as you can see, all of these Google products can help you. And if you have them under one Gmail account, you stay organized. And here's another tip. During the sign-up process, Etsy is going to give you backup codes. You can take those backup codes, copy them into a Google Doc, and save them securely on your Google Drive. This will ensure that you always have these no matter what computer or phone you're on. Your Google Shop is going to be long-standing, you may get a new computer, and you don't have to worry about losing those backup codes because they're going to be saved securely on your Google Drive. Now let's talk shop names. Etsy has specific rules here. Your shop name has to be between 4 and 20 characters, and you can't have any special characters, spaces, or accented characters. So you'll really need to think about what that shop name is going to be. Once you come up with some ideas, go over to Etsy and see if those shop names are available. And then while you're in research mode, also go to the different social media channels like Facebook or TikTok or Instagram and make sure those handles are available. When you're branding your shop under one name, you want to make sure that you can market on the different social media channels with the same name as your Etsy shop. Now it's okay if you have to make it a little bit different because that exact name that you found was available on Etsy is not available on TikTok, but just keep it close. You want to have a cohesive brand. One tip that I like to give when coming up with your name is make sure it is simple, clear, and easy for someone to remember. Next, you're going to gather some basic information that Etsy's going to ask for. Etsy's going to ask for your legal name, your business address, your taxpayer ID, which is just your social security number, that SSN, or your EIN if you have one. Either of those is okay. And then you'll also need that banking information that we talked about in step 1. So you've completed that step and you should be able to have that banking information to put with all of these other items that you're going to be asked for during the process. Now, here's something that Etsy is going to ask for that catches a lot of people off guard. During the sign-up process, Etsy is going to ask you to create your first listing. They're going to walk you through it. And they're going to ask you for an image that you have to upload for that listing. I want you to have an image available. It doesn't have to be the specific one that you're going to use for your listing. It just needs to be some kind of photo that's available on your laptop that you can grab and upload as a part of this process. You don't want to be scrambling and looking for an image to upload. Again, it does not have to be real. It could be a photo. You just want to make sure you have an image available and you'll sail through that process of creating that first temporary listing. Next, I want you to be ready for that Etsy identity verification. Before your shop can be approved, Etsy is going to verify your identity using a service called Persona. During this process, Persona is going to ask you to take a photo of your government issue ID and then take a selfie. And then what they're going to do is match your government issue ID photo with your selfie and make sure those match. So be ready to do this during the sign-up process. And if you use my tutorial video, I'm going to show you exactly how this process works. So don't worry about it. Just make sure you have that ID and you know that it's going to take place. Now, here's the thing that's going to put you miles ahead of your competition. This isn't required to open your Etsy shop. You won't need any of this during the sign-up process, but it is something very important for you to think about. I want you to think about who your target audience is and the branding for your shop. Because one of the biggest mistakes new Etsy sellers make is trying to sell to everyone. When you sell to everyone, you sell to no one, and this is the quickest way for you to not get sales. Knowing exactly who your ideal customer is will guide you when it comes to creating your products, your descriptions, and even your prices. And when it comes to branding, things like your logo, your shop banner, and even your colors are going to help you stand out on Etsy from the beginning. So there you have it. These are the things that you're going to do before opening your Etsy shop. You're going to get your business bank account. You're going to set up your dedicated Gmail account just for your Etsy business. You're going to come up with your shop name and grab a few social media handles. You're going to gather up all of your business information and have it ready. You're going to have a product image that you can use for your test listing, and you're going to have your ID ready. Once you have all of these things in place, setting up your Etsy shop is going to be simple and stress-free. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe. And be sure to hit the bell icon so you get a notification every time I drop a new video. Thanks for watching, and after you get all of these things ready, I'll see you in my next video right here where I walk you through step by step how to open your Etsy shop. I'll meet you over there.